Hello everyone, your girl Tay here, and I'm bringing you another Let's Talk Wild podcast episode. Today is September 21st, 2023, and this is episode 43, the species of Mortal Kombat. I don't play many video games, but Mortal Kombat has been a consistent game I've played through the years. With the new release of the Mortal Kombat 1 game, I wanted to spotlight various species in the franchise that remind me of real life animals. But before we get into that, make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. I now have monthly membership subscriptions available. You can go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Also, hit to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and check out the videos over there. Once you're done listening over here, you guys already know the drill. Now, let's talk wild. I played so many MK games, the arcade style. I've played on the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and PlayStation. It's been a game I've been taking the opportunity to continue to play, through the years. Like I was just saying in the last podcast episode about Pokemon, like I always watched the anime, but I wasn't playing the game. Every game that they dropped, I wasn't playing. It was totally different with Mortal Kombat. Like it was like I had to have it, okay? I have a ton of favorite fighters, but on my top list is Queen Sindel, Shiva, Jade, Jax, Melina, Baraka, Quan Chi, Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage, and Kung Lao. I just was having a conversation yesterday where I was saying how the MK fans, how we are open to new characters and fighters. Our fandom isn't like, no, we don't want someone or something, something new. We like the originals. No, we're not like that. We love to see new characters and species enter the game. So let's get into some of the species. Let's start with the Shokan. The four-armed warrior hybrid species, the Shokans, they are half human, half dragon, and possess tremendous strength. The most known Shokans are Prince Goro and Queen Shiva of the Draco lineage and Kantaro of the Tigra lineage. I love their designs, but I never got dragons from them. Like Shiva, she always gave Amazonian, China, rest in peace, Joanne. If you guys know China, she was a wrestler. Her real name was Joanne. Rest in peace to her. But Shiva always gave me that energy, like Amazonian China energy. Goro always gave me mutant ogre energy. And Kentaro was the switch up. And we got like the tiger stripes on him, Do you guys see the dragon in them? Let me know in the comments on the YouTube video. And I'll have a poll on my community tab too. So make sure you guys go vote. But Shiva is my girl. Okay, I love her original style in the first game in 95. And I loved the Mortal Kombat Armageddon style. They gave her some melanin. She was serving body while she does her fatalities and uses her classic jump stomp on your back. But I would really like to see their species actually ride dragons. That's what I want to see. I want to see the Shokan, dragon, half humans. I want to see them riding on a dragon. I need Shiva, Shokan, Targaryen, the breaker of backs, and the queen of the Shokans. I need it. I need it. I need it. Y'all like that? The breaker of backs. I love that. Now let's move on to another warrior species in Outworld, the Shokan's sworn enemy, the Minotaurs, also known as the Centaurians. In Mortal Kombat 3, we were introduced to Motaro, the only known member of the Centaurs. So basically, Motaro and his species are functionally extinct. He's there, but there aren't any female centaurs for him to mate with to increase, their population numbers. That's somewhat of the same situation as the northern white rhino. There are females, but no males for them to mate with. So, yeah, we'll discuss the rhinos and their conservation issues in a future podcast episode. But in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the Shokans cursed the centaurs who had the head and upper body of a human and the lower body of a horse. They transformed the species into two-legged minotaurs. The Greek mythology minotaur has the head of a bull and the body of a man. But for Motaro, he was a mix of these species. He had to have the Mortal Kombat style, of course. He has the exaggerated bull horns, the torso of a human, the lower body of a horse, and a steel tail that he can shoot laser beams from. Child, he had all of that and still got beat up by Jax in the Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie. I don't care what y'all say. I still love the old movies. I love the new Mortal Kombat film as well, but the old ones will always have a place in my heart. I still got them on DVD, okay? And they be skipping, but whatever. I know the last time, it's been years since I popped them in the PlayStation, popped the DVD in a PlayStation. I don't even think the new PlayStations can play regular DVDs. I think they can only play Blu-rays. But it's not on Blu-ray, honey. It's like the original old school DVD. I got the case and all of that. But yeah, like he got beat up. Once Jack started hitting him with them body shots, it was over. It was over. What a L. He lost to Jax without his tech arms. Jax ripped that stuff off his arms and he was just straight, muscles, okay? Straight muscles. Oh, fun fact. The guy who plays Motaro in this film, Deron McBee, was also Malibu from the American Gladiators TV show. So he was a gladiator. And he decided to, switch over to Outworld. Oh my goodness. We're on to her now. In the words of Nicki Minaj, now back to this chick that had a lot to say about me in the press the other day. Devora, what's good? What's good, Devora? This character really annoyed me in the last game. Devora is chitin, an insect humanoid sentient from the island realm Arnyak. She's nasty. Fighting her with her maggots and her flies, her insects, her blood. She's just nasty. The chitin actually grow their larvae inside the body of their victims. It's giving a parasitic wasp that lays its eggs inside its prey and the babies start eating it from the inside. Yep, I love parasitic wasps. They, help out in the garden. They are a natural pest remover. They are enforcers. They be enforcing in the garden, making sure there aren't any hornworms on my tomatoes. But Devora, no. I like her name, but other than that, she's disgusting. I never spared her. She got a fatality every time we had a fight. You can also perform a fatality by hitting the subscribe button and following your girl on all social media and podcasting platforms. You can support the pod by signing up and becoming a member. You can go to my podcast website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Now, fight! Next up is Baraka. He is Takartan and he's from Outworld and he's one of my favorite MK fighters. His story has changed through the years. First, it was his species was the result of crossbreeding between demons from the Netherrealm and humans in Outworld. Now his species is separate and the way they look is a result of the Takarta disease. He's scary and I love it. He has spikes on his body. He has retractable blades that come out of his arms. And of course, the signature Takartan teeth. All those teeth remind me of a piranha. He's literally a walking mutant demon piranha. Tay's short story. I knew someone who had piranhas and he used to have to keep them on a good schedule with eating because they would eat each other and try to jump out the tank. This was, years ago. Those piranhas are long gone now. But don't buy these exotic pets off the black market. The animals suffer, or you suffer because they start to destroy your house like some reptiles we know. Wink, wink. And that leads us to the final species, the reptilian raptors, the saurians, also known as the Zeterans. I hope I'm pronouncing these right. I know I'm pronouncing Zeterans right. They all got these different names because they settled in one place and then had to move to another place. So the new place was their new name. Like all the other species, Shao Kahn came and destroyed their race if he didn't see the worth in them being around. He likes, and I'm using like very, very, very loosely, but he likes the centaurs and the dragons. The reptiles, not so much. There is a male ninja named Chameleon with a C, but I'm going to discuss the female fighter Chameleon with a K. Besides being a great ninja, she is able to change her body to blend in with her surroundings. She's cool. And, in some of the games, I really loved her aesthetic. I loved her hair. I loved her colors and all of that. My only issue that annoyed me was in some of the games, her body would blend in, but her clothing wouldn't. So that always annoyed me. Now, the actual animal, the chameleon, can camouflage themselves by moving the pigment granules in their skin cells. If they cluster them together, they can be camouflaged, or if they spread them out, they can be seen. Sizoth, also known as Reptile, has this type of ability, but he can change his body fully to blend in, even when he has his ninja gear on. He can also morph into a human. He is originally this croc, gator, Komodo Dragon type beast. But he is able to morph into a human. That's why the people in his species, his race, was like, you can transfer into a human. Ew, get out of here. So, yeah, that was his little story or whatever. But he does also have the ability to shoot acid from his mouth. Now, for years, we've been told Komodo dragons have nasty bacteria-filled mouths. And if they bite their prey, their toxic saliva can affect the wound. But in June of 2013, research published in the Journal of Zoo and Wildlife Medicine, scientists in Australia reported that the Komodo's mouths are clean and don't possess enough bacteria to infect an injured animal. 16 captive Komodo dragons, a mix of adults and hatchlings, had their saliva tested. The pathogenic bacteria found were from sewage water that they drank. No, they don't have rotten flesh stuck in their teeth. Their tongue actually helps them keep their mouths free of that. After eating, scientists said they observed them spending a couple of minutes licking their lips and rubbing their heads in leaves, trying to make sure, everything was cleaned up. Not eating the rotten flesh and then making sure that you don't leave nothing hanging from your teeth or your mouth. That sounds good, but I still wouldn't trust it. Komodo dragons can keep their saliva to themselves. And as for Reptile, he can keep his acid spit to himself. Unless I'm playing with his character, then by all means, lug them bad boys. I want to see the faces melting in my fatality. And to mention fatalities, we couldn't finish the MK episode without talking about the animality finishing moves. It allowed the characters to turn into animals that mauled the other opponent. They had Baraka turning into a vulture, Shiva into a giant scorpion, Sindel as a giant hornet, Raiden as an electric eel, Johnny Cage as a kangaroo, Jax as a lion, Melina a skunk, and of course, Nightwolf as a wolf. I'm looking forward to new animality finishing moves. I'm looking forward to new species in future Mortal Kombat games. I've enjoyed the gameplay of the new MK game we played over the weekend. I was like binging, switching, playing from Mortal Kombat to Pokemon. It was just like, it was a gaming weekend, and I enjoyed myself, and I plan on gaming this weekend as well. And I've also enjoyed talking to you guys about this podcast episode, The Species of Mortal Kombat, Flawless Victory. But you guys let me know how you feel about today's topic. Leave a comment on the Let's Talk Wild Instagram page and YouTube channel. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe to the podcast on all podcasting and social media platforms. Don't forget that you can now support the podcast by joining the monthly membership subscription. You can head over to my website on Buzzsprout to sign up. I'll have the link in the description box. Love yourself, one another, your pets, and the animals. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. Toasty.